Hi, and welcome to today's class. Thank you again for joining. It's because you believe in this, that's why you're joining. I want to thank you. Now, today we'll go briefly into solving some equations in indices. Now, previously we've looked at the laws of indices and the definition of it. Today we'll be solving questions. We started in the previous classes and the last two classes solving questions. So we'll be having another one. Now in this case we're going to have to combine a number of the laws in order to solve the equations. So let's take them right away. Now this is the first one. What we have, let's read it like English. We have 1 divided by 3 raised to the power of x is equals to 9. Now how do we solve for x? That's what it says. Now find x. Find x. Now this is what we'll do. Very simple. This is the same thing from the law of reciprocal. Now it's going to be 3 raised to the power of -1. This bracket still remains, and this is 9. But what is 9? 9 is the same thing as 3 times 3. Now what do we have here? We have 3 written how many times? Twice. So the same thing as saying 3 raised to the power of 2. Is that okay? Okay. Now let's multiply. Now remember in mathematics, when we have like A, B, this one start, the bracket represents a times. So it's the same thing as writing A times B. So we have it the same way here. This one represents like a times. So we have -1 times plus. There's an invisible plus here. So minus times plus is going to be 3. Minus times plus is going to be minus. And 1 times 2 is going to be 2. And this is, this is x, pardon me. 1 times x. So minus times plus will be minus. And 1 times x is x. Now this is 3 down raised to power 2. What is common? The bases are the same, 3. So 3 cancels 3. What do we have left? Minus x is equals to 2. Now the question says find x and not minus x. So what do we do to take this x off this place? What we'll do to the left, we'll also do to the right. The first thing to do is to use a number that is not going to alter this x and put the negative of it. We're going to multiply by -1, both sides. So let's see. So we have minus x times -1, and the same thing equals to 2 times -1. So let's go. Minus times minus is plus. X times 1 is x. So we have our plus x. In which case in mathematics is the same as writing it as x. So is equals to, there's an invisible plus here, so we don't write it. Plus times minus is minus, and 2 times 1 is 2. So bringing it down the same thing as saying -2. So the value of x here is actually -2. In other words, if we have it, this question also be written as 1/3 -2, because that's what the value of x is equals to 9. When you solve it, you solve this, you're going to have this. So, and let's see, this is same as saying 3 raised to the power of -1 -2 is equals to 9. So let's multiply. Minus times minus is plus, so 1 times this is going to be equals 3 raised to the power 2 is equals to 9. And truly 3 raised to the power 2 is actually equals to 9. So that solves it. Now, when we come to the next question, we have x multiplied by, 5 multiplied by 5 raised to the power y is equals to 25. So what does that mean? Now, this is the product rule, read the power of the product rule. Now, let's go here. We'll have this as 5. You remember we said the bracket means times, right? So 5 times this, actually 5 times 5. Now this power belongs to this man, raised to power y is equals to 25. Due to something, if we leave it this way, it's going to be a bit complicated. we want a situation where we'll solve for y, and we'll do that quickly. I'll solve it in a very simple way. So, do you agree with me that 5 is the same thing as 5 raised to the power 1? And that's true because 5 raised to the power 1 is 5 once, and that's just 5. So, this is the same thing as saying 5 raised to the power 1 times 5 raised to the power y is equal to 25. Now, do you understand, do you agree with me from the first rule, the product rule, that when you have two bases, what you have to do is to add the two exponents. So you use one base, which is going to be 5, and this will be 1 plus y. No more times now from the first rule. Please go back to the previous video, you'll see what we did with this. Now, what is 25? 25 is the same thing as 5 times 5. And what is 5 times 5? How many 5s do we have here? 2. That means it is 5 raised to the power of 2. So 25 is 5 raised to the power of 2. So 5 raised to the power of 2 is equal to 25. That is 5 times 5 is equal to, of course, 25. Now, what do we have here? We have this and this are the same base. So this cancels this. What do we have left? We have 1 plus y is equal to 2. This is gone, this is gone. So we have 1 plus y is equal to 2. What are we looking for? We're looking for y. We want a situation where y is equal to dash, dash, dash. So what do? We have a number stopping y from standing alone. So what we do is that we have to make this number cancel. And in order to make this number 1, this one cancel, you do whatsoever you do here to this side. So to make this one to be null, we have to subtract a number that is the same, the opposite of it. So what that would be, we're going to subtract subtract 1 from both sides. What that means is we're going to put 1. So we're going to have minus 1. This is actually plus 1. Minus 1 plus 1, let's put a bracket. Minus 1 plus 1, and this is plus y. Is equals to then, we have to put this minus 1 on both sides. This is minus 1 plus 2. So minus 1 plus 1 means, for example, I'm owing somebody $1. Let's assume minus means owing. Minus means owing, and plus means paying or having. Plus, I'm owing somebody $1 and I'm paying the person $1. Am I still owing? No. So minus 1 plus 1 is 0. So y remains here. So y is equal to minus 1 plus 2. I'm owing $1 and I pay with $2. Am I still having a change? Yes, of course. What's my change? Because I'm having a change, I'm having is going to be a plus, and what is the change? 1. So it's the same thing, or you do it the other way around. Or you say minus 1 plus 2 is the same thing as 2 minus 1. You rearrange it. So bring the 2 forward, that's plus 2. So 2 minus 1 is equal to 1. Therefore y is equal to 1. Simple. Now I want you to solve this. In the next class we're going to come back and do justice to it. Just try your hands on it. If you don't understand this, refer to the previous lessons. Thanks so much for staying tuned. Thank you.